Okay, so I think the technical issue has been sorted out. Good day, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast, the Ready Buzz live show right here on Ready Buzz Television. As you already know, my name is Donald, and today we're going to be talking about financial freedom. But before we go into what we have in store today, I just want to talk a little about this live show. This is a platform where we come together to talk about things that should help you achieve more of a balanced, successful life. So if you are success focused, if you are an upwardly mobile person, you want to learn more about how to take your life to the next level, how to achieve. Yeah, the audio is out. Finally. Yeah, the audio is in, so you can hear me, right? You can hear me. I almost wanted to cause an issue. Had some technical difficulties. We were supposed to start by 5 p.m., but we had some technical issues. But hey, we fixed it now and we've started the broadcast, and it's excellent, it's beautiful. And I'm happy to have you guys on board at this particular point in time. So, what's the broadcast all about? Yeah, okay, you can hear me clearly. Good. That's wonderful. So here at the Ready Buzz live show, man, it's all about looking for different ways to achieve success in life, looking for different ways to improve yourself financially, improve yourself. You know, we're talking about success motivation. We're talking about business ideas on this live show. We're talking about ways to trade in cryptocurrency a lot better, ways to do your forex trading a lot better. So those are the types of topics you can come to expect on this live show. We're also going to be having interviews. You know, we're going to be talking to some people who have managed to produce success in their different fields, and we're going to be learning how to achieve that in our lives on this particular platform. So that's what it's all about. So join us on Tuesdays, join us on Thursdays, and on Fridays by 5 p.m. We kind of started out late. We had some technical issues today, but I am sure, I'm trying to promise you that it shouldn't happen again. So today we're going to be talking about financial freedom. We're going to be talking about how to achieve financial freedom. Everybody wants to achieve financial freedom, and it is my belief that that should be what each and every person should strive for. You know, as an individual, most times we look for ways to make more money. We want to make more money, but the idea of making more money, you know, has to have a purpose. All right. So why do you want to make more money? You find that you make more money and it's not enough. You have to make more money, and you just have to keep getting more and more money. But the aim of making more money is to achieve financial freedom, and that's what we're going to be talking about for this entire week. I'm going to be giving you some tips and some ideas on how to achieve financial freedom. So don't just look for a way to make more money, look for a way to get to that place where you have financial freedom. But before we start talking about what we have in store today, today's a special day, like we like to do on the broadcast, and we want to start doing. There's going to be a word of the day. Okay, today we're going to be sharing the word of the day. Just a little game that we play just to make things interesting, to make things lively on the live broadcast. So as I'm talking from now until I finish, I'm going to be giving hints as to what the word of the day might be. And as you're viewing this and as you're watching this, you can listen to my hints and try to discover exactly what the word of the day might be. So without taking too much of your time, let's get into what we have to talk about today. We're talking about financial freedom. What is financial freedom? How does a person realize that they are financially free? Financial freedom is not just talking about being rich and having money. Financial freedom is when a person can have the kind of life that they want, the kind of life that they live without having to work. Let me rephrase that. Okay? That means you are able to do the things you normally do in your life. You're able to pay your bills. You're able to take care of your responsibilities. You're not suffering in any way. You're not reducing the expenses of your lifestyle simply because you don't have a job. All right? A person, I'm going to rephrase that. I'm going to repeat it again. A person is financially free when they can live their normal lifestyle even without a job. All right? So they can still go to the same places they used to go to eat. They can still take the same vacations. They can still pay their NEPA bill, light bill, their rent, and all of that. And they don't have a job. They don't need a job to do that. They have systems in place that ensures that these things are available to them. Okay? So they are financially free. So while one person wakes up in the morning and runs to a job because they need to make this money. If they don't make this money, they can't pay their house rent. If they don't make this money, they can't put their children through school. If they don't make this money, they can't do anything, basically. The person who is financially free, on the other hand, doesn't have to go to work to be able to pay his house rent. He doesn't have to go to work to be able to pay his children's school fees. There are things in place that they have put in place and structured over time that's generating money for them, or that has made money available for them to be able to live their lifestyle. So that person is financially free. Let me give you a little more explanation on it. Let's imagine that you live on 20,000 naira. No, 20,000 naira is too small. Let's imagine that you live on, let's say, 100,000 naira a month, and that's enough for you. That money is enough for you to, feed normally, enough for you to have a social life, enough for you to pay the bills, enough for you to just have your normal lifestyle. You're not stepping down your lifestyle in any way because of that money, right? So imagine that every month you get this 100,000 naira without having to go to work. See? So you are financially free. It's either there's one money somewhere that you're collecting 100k, every single month to just take care of things, or you have passive income that's doing what it's doing. So that person is financially free. There's another person that's also financially free, that the person's lifestyle might actually require 400,000 naira every single month. Okay? So, but that person doesn't have to go to work to get that 400,000 naira. That person doesn't have to be rushing to the office and all of that. There's some type of financial system created to get that monies across to them, and they are just living their lives, doing their things normally. So the person that is living on 100,000 naira a month without needing to go to work, and the person that's living on 400,000 naira a month without a need to go to work are both financially free. You see? So that's what financial freedom is. You can live your life, do your thing without the need to go to work. So the question now is, how can we achieve financial freedom? Okay? Is achieving financial freedom just about making a whole lot of money and having the money seated somewhere? I want you to know that having your money seated somewhere in a bank or something is not really safe. Okay, the banks are going to take advantage of you putting your money there. They are going to do business with your money and all of that, but your money is not really growing. So being financially free is finding a way to make your money work for you. That is the best way to do it. And this entire week, we're going to be talking about different ideas on how not just to make your money work for you, but also how to achieve this financial freedom. But before we go further, I want to give you a hint as to what the word of the day is. I know you can see this lovely background. That's this lovely backdrop, right? So that's a hint. So look at the backdrop and let it begin to communicate to you some ideas as to what that word might be. I'm going to give you some time to just think about it a little. What could that word be? While you're thinking about it, let me just dab a little. Whew! Alright, we'll move on. I'm going to give you a second hint as to what the word of the day might be before we round up this particular broadcast. I'm supposed to broadcast for about for a few minutes, for about 20-30 minutes or so, but because of the technical glitch we had, I might have to round up a lot sooner. So yeah, we're talking about financial freedom, achieving financial freedom, right? And you've understood what being financially free is, and how important it is that we learn to be financially free. And they don't teach that in school. They teach you in school how to be a doctor. They teach you in school how to be an engineer. They teach you in school on how to be a computer scientist and so on and so forth. They give you a discipline in school. But what you're going to do after school is left to you, your own level of creativity, your own level of ideas. That's the reason why platforms like these are so important, because on a platform like this, you get to hear about life and about how to translate what you have into what you need. And everybody needs to be financially free. Everybody needs to wake up in the morning and go to do what they love. When you are financially free, you can actually do what you enjoy doing rather than doing what you must do or doing what you have to do, right? So if you want to go to the office or have a business, you're not doing it because you have to pay bills. You're doing it because that's what you enjoy doing. You know, you're running that business because that's the business you enjoy running. You don't need the business to be a success, you know, in order to have basic needs, because you're financially free. All right, I've talked too much about the idea of being financially free, but I also want to let you know that, you know, it's possible for you to be financially free. Yes, it's possible. Because one of the things that goes through your mind when you hear about this type of topic is that you begin to think, is it possible for me? It is possible. If you start now, you can get there. So the first tip I want to give concerning how to be financially free, or the idea of being financially free, is, I'll just douse a little. The first tip is to invest early. Okay? You have to start investing early in order to start your journey into becoming financially free. Remember, I said something about your money working for you, right? So an investment is basically making your money work for you. It's important for you to find ways to make your money work for you. I know that talking about investment might not be so exciting, might not be as exciting as me coming here and talking about one type of amazing thing that's happening in the entertainment industry, or talking about one gist somewhere or another gist somewhere. Those are the types of exciting things that people like to consume these days. But things like this, talking about things that will help you, put you in a better financial situation, are even more important, so that you can learn how to structure yourself. They don't teach these things in school. So when you find platforms that can talk about these things, it's good to listen. And we're talking about investing and investments. When you invest in a profitable venture, your money is working for you. You've taken your $10, you've taken your $20, you've taken your 200,000 naira, your 20,000 naira, your 40,000 naira, you name it, and you've put it in a business or a system. And in that business, you're not the owner of the business, you're not working in the business, you're not doing anything basically. You've taken that money, you've put it in that venture, and people are working with your money to create profits. When the people make profits, you make profits, which is very different from putting your money in the bank. Because when you put your money in the bank, when the bank uses your money to make money, you don't get any profit, you don't get any increase from it. But the bank makes money. The bank increases in value, increases in all of those wonderful things. But you yourself, as somebody that has put money in the bank, you're not making any kind of money. But if you use that money to buy shares in a profitable company, in a profitable venture, when that venture grows and becomes more successful and continues to make more money, you are making more money. Okay, let me give you an illustration. We all know about Apple, right? We all know about Apple is the tech company that created the iPhone and all of those wonderful, wonderful innovations in technology that we're enjoying today. Now, imagine if in 2017 you bought a share of Apple, or you bought Apple shares. If Apple was selling their share for $30 or $35, imagine that you bought that $35 share of Apple in 2017. And imagine that over time, over 5 years, as Apple continues to grow and continues to make money and continues to achieve success, your $30 grows to $155. That's your money working for you. That's over 300%, right, of increase. That's what happens when you invest in the right investment. Your money will grow. Now, we all know that when you're going to buy shares, you're not just going to buy one unit of the share. In the example I said, Apple might be selling 1 unit of their shares, for $35. But you're not going to buy just 1 unit. You might go to buy like $1,000 share, or like $2,000, or let's bring it to Naira. Imagine that Apple company is selling one of their shares for 200 Naira, right? You're not just going to go and buy 200 Naira share of Apple. No, you're going to take about 10,000 Naira. You're going to take about 20,000 Naira. You're going to take about 100,000 Naira. You're going to take about 500,000 Naira, and you're going to buy that much worth of Apple stock, all right, of shares in Apple and all of that. And over 5 years, imagine that your 200,000 Naira, that your 100,000 Naira just multiplies 300%. And now you have more money to work with. That's when you make your investment right, in the right platform and in the right place. Don't worry, I'm not going to start telling you about one particular type of investment you will do and you will see a 100% return in 3 days, 100% return in 14 days. I'm not here to peddle those types of things. A lot of the time, those types of things might not be very, very safe for your hard-earned money. Even right now, I had a friend, and somebody was telling her about an investment that she was going to make, and the minimum amount of money that she was going to put in that investment was about 250,000 Naira. That's the minimum. And from what I heard in how they were describing how that investment will go, what they're trying to say is that, right, when she gives that money, she'll not be able to collect any of her money back until her money has made a certain amount of money. And I told her that that's kind of risky. Like, anything that will not allow you to take your money back when you want to take your money back is risky. How am I going to take 200,000 Naira and give you? And they're going to tell me, okay, I can't give you back your 200,000 Naira because your 200,000 Naira has not made $1 million Naira, or has not made 500,000 Naira or something. That's kind of shady, because and then it's also a kind of investment. This is another thing about that investment. I'm not going to say the name, but it's also a kind of investment where the people can wake up one morning and tell you, hey, business was bad, we lost a lot of money, your money is lost. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So when we talk about investments, it's important for you to investigate the place where you want to invest your money in, okay? But investments are an excellent way to go, even more so if you're somebody that's making a whole lot of money, okay? It's important for you to invest properly, So we're coming close to the end of this broadcast. Like I said, it could have been longer, I could have talked a lot longer, but we had some issues in the beginning. The next broadcast that's coming up on Thursday, I believe it's going to be a lot better. So I have 5 things to say about how to become financially free. This is just one of it, okay? This is just one, which is investment, which is making your money work for you. You have to make your money work for you. That should be your aim. That should be your focus. That should be your idea. That should be the reason why you want to make money, okay? Don't just making money your aim. Why do you want to make money? I want to make money. I want to grow making money so that one day I can make money work for me and I can decide to go and play golf, go and swim, go and hang out with friends, do whatever I want to do because my money is working for me. So that means you have to start educating yourself and getting interested in various ways to make investments and so on and so forth. Yes, I understand that the idea of investments might be boring to a lot of people, but hey, that's what we have to go for at the end of the day. Okay, so I feel like what they should be teaching in schools shouldn't just be like, how to be a doctor and all of that. But I feel like it should also be, you're going to school, you're learning this discipline. When you start making money, this is what you should do with your money. This is how you should start putting your monies together so that by the time you are 50 or by the time you're 55, you'd be financially free. So the aim is to be financially free. Okay, some might say, well, you could have a pension and all that. Pension might be, yeah, but most times pensions could have like a cap or a limitation. The best way to be financially free, one of the best tips I can tell you of that is to invest. So start thinking about buying shares. Start thinking about various investments you can do, various things you can do with your money that can cause for your money to work for you. Passive income is the way to go. Passive income. Just put it in your head. If you've never thought about this before, just put it in your head. Passive income. Passive income. Passive income. It should be your driving force. Oh, I want to make all this money because I want to have multiple streams of income. That's passive. Passive income. Passive income. That's all it should be. It's beautiful when you have multiple streams of passive income. Can you think about it? Think about having like 5 or 6 places where money is just coming into you and you are not working. You don't have to go to an office. You don't have to go anywhere. And that's a beautiful, beautiful one. So, number 1 out of the 5 things I'm going to be saying that should help you achieve financial freedom. Thank you so much for being part of this live broadcast. Like I said, we're going to be here on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, and on Fridays. I guarantee you these live broadcasts are going to become a lot better. So don't miss any one of them. Okay? Now, like I said, I'm planning to bring on certain people on the live broadcast that we're going to be having interviews. I'm going to be announcing that before it actually happens, so that you can be part of it. Okay, I'm going to be looking for people that have achieved success in different types of businesses, bring them on the live show for them to share with us their experience, inspire us, motivate us, and tell us to actually go and make these things happen. I'm going to be speaking to people who have done very well in cryptocurrency trading, have done very well in forex trading, have done very well in digital products, and so on and so forth. It's just going to be an excellent time when we come together like this. Trust me, you're going to receive a lot of value. So put it in your mind, put it in your reminder to be here every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Friday at 5 p.m. And we're going to be talking about things that's going to help you achieve that. You might be asking, what's the difference between this and the regular content on the channel? This is like our meeting point, okay? This is like the place where we gather together as an online community and just interact and just talk and just learn and just build and just get better. Okay, so let's come on, let's invite friends, let's talk to people about it, and let's continue to grow this awesome community. Now, another hint to the word of the day, just so I know whether you're actually listening. We are talking about financial freedom. We are talking about achieving financial freedom at a certain age in life. So, there's a certain age in life where a person might desire to retire. So we say that the person is old, and that's all the hint I'm going to give you. Let me do it again, just in case you didn't get it. The person is old and so I hope I give proper hints to the word of the day. So think about it, play around it in your head, and let's see in the comment section if you were able to figure out what the word of the day is. Thank you so much for watching. It promises to become a lot better as we go along. Before I go, I want to quickly talk about ReadyBuzz International as a company and as a business. I'm supposed to talk about it a little. ReadyBuzz International is a digital products company, and you can check the website. I think the website is going to be in the description somewhere. I'm going to upload all the information you need about ReadyBuzz International and about the services they provide. They're into digital marketing, they're into digital products, they're into professional writing, and all of that beautiful stuff. So I'm trying to rush off because the time has really gone. But hey, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on Thursday. On Thursday, we're starting by 5 p.m. sharp. So gather here. Let's meet and discuss. And I'm going to be sharing two more tips on how you can be financially free. And I'm telling you, it's possible. You watching this right now can actually be financially free. Yes, you. It's possible. Okay? Get that in your head. It's possible. Okay? Say this after me. It's possible for me to be financially free. It's possible for me to be financially free. Thank you so much for watching. This is where we're going to stop the live stream for today. I apologize once again for the technical issue. I believe it's not going to happen again. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Alright guys, good day and welcome to ReadyBuzz live broadcast right here on ReadyBuzz Television. I'm Donald once again, and before we go into what we have in store today, I want you to confirm that you can hear me. Confirm that you can hear me first of all before I go. I can see Seth Lifelong is online. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is the audio good? I just want to confirm that before. Good evening, Nike. Nice to see you. Nike is one of our very committed community members. Okay, Seth says that he can hear me. I think we can start now for today's broadcast. So great. Thank you so much and welcome to the ReadyBuzz live show right here on ReadyBuzz Television. My name is Donald and we are continuing our series talking about the freedom, achieving financial freedom. On how to achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom is something that I believe that every single person needs to strive towards. And so today we're going to be talking about 2 extra tips on how to achieve financial freedom. In the previous video, the previous broadcast, I talked about one idea. I established what financial freedom actually is, and I was able to talk about one idea. So if you haven't watched that particular stream, I'd like for you to go check it out. and so that you can be on board on what is going on. But before we go into the details of what we have in store today, I want to talk a little more about what these live broadcasts and live shows are all about. And I want to encourage you to constantly tune in every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday by 5 p.m. so that we can discuss, we can share, we can talk more about how to achieve better financial situations in our lives, how to build our dream lives, how to achieve the kind of success we've always dreamt about and that we've always wanted to achieve. This show is all about inspiring you, motivating you, encouraging you, and giving you the kinds of ideas that you need in order to construct and create the kind of life you've always dreamt about and the kind of life that you've always seen and hoped to have. And you know, just like someone can train a person to be a doctor, someone can train somebody to be a musician, somebody can train somebody to be a computer scientist, I believe that somebody can train somebody to be a success. Now, this is not an entertainment show. It's not a gossip platform or gossip show where all that stuff going on, and all those things are really, really distracting. These are the main things that I feel people need to focus on in order to take their lives further. So I want you to be part of the show. I want you to come on board every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday by 5 p.m. We're going to be here talking and discussing. And it's not just going to be me alone. From time to time, I'm going to have other people online, or in the studio as well, that's going to be discussing on various ideas. The banner, the e-flyer for this particular show is on the screen. I know you can see it. And right there you can see that we're talking about investments, business ideas, cryptocurrency, Ready Buzz challenges, and all those other stuffs. That's what we're discussing here. And we hope to have interviews with certain people, key people that have achieved success in their different works of life and their different businesses, and those who have achieved success with cryptocurrency trading and forex trading and all of that. They're going to be on this show. So I want you to just make it a date every single week on the specific days. Okay, that being said, let's get into what we have today. We're talking about financial freedom. We're talking about tips and ideas on how to achieve it. And today, the first tip I want to give is that you need to learn how to earn more and spend less. Okay, because a lot of the time we want to earn more money. Like I said in the previous broadcast, that a lot of people are looking for ways to make more money. Excuse me. Looking for ways to make more money. Looking for ways to achieve more payment, more salaries, more payment for doing the jobs that they do. And it is thought that making more money is the goal, making more money is the aim. Well, today, the first tip is sometimes making more money is not good enough, because most people tend to make more money and then they begin to spend more. Imagine the situation where a person is working in a particular company and they're paying him a particular amount of money. He or she is getting a certain kind of benefit from the work that they are doing, and they begin to cry out that they want to make more money. They want to get promotions, and they finally get that promotion that they've always sought out for. Now they are making a little more money, and guess what happens? When you start making more money, the funny thing is you begin to spend more. Alright, because at the time when you were making the kind of money you were making that you considered small, right? You had that car in mind that you wanted to buy. You had that lifestyle that you wanted to live. You had those types of clothes that you wanted to wear. You had those places you wanted to go, those types of entertainment things that you wanted to start doing. And you didn't have the money to do it then, so you didn't get into it. But now that you are making a little more money, you want to start doing those things. And that is a challenge. That is a serious challenge. Because the truth of the matter is, when you start earning more, you should do your very best to spend the amount of money you were spending before, so that you can have some extra money to be able to do some wise things like investments and various other things that you can do with your money. But a lot of the time, that's not the case. That's not what actually happens. Okay, we begin to earn a lot of money, and then we begin to spend more. But the funny thing is, let's imagine that you were earning, let's imagine that you were earning 120,000 naira a month, and imagine that you were able to live on that 120,000 naira, like you were managing yourself, right? So now your money has increased. They've increased your salary. Now you're earning 250,000, right, naira every single month. What happens? You begin to do a little more, and before you know, the 250,000 naira is not enough. And so you find yourself in the same situation that you were when you were earning 120. So now you want to look for more money. You want to make more money. Oh, let's make more money. And that's not the case. So what you're supposed to do at that point in time is to what? Spend less. So now that you're earning more, resist the temptation to spend more. Resist the temptation to want to buy things and to want to do things that you didn't used to do before. And try to have that extra money for various things that are necessary, like investing. Now, this does not mean that you're not going to have a little bit of fun, because I was having a conversation with somebody, and the person said that, yes, it's one thing for you to be able to invest in your future. It's another thing for you to be able to create moments. What happens when you are thinking so much about your future, everything about future, so you're depriving yourself of a number of things, and that's the truth. And then what happens? How do you experience certain things? Some type of enjoyment are necessary. It's understandable that sometimes you might want to do a little bit more, but then there's a wise way to go about it, because if you exactly, Nike, yes, I see your comment exactly. There's a wise way to go about it. You don't have to put yourself in financial distress because you're trying to have fun, you're trying to have experiences. Listen, if you were earning 1,000, if you were earning 120,000 naira and you were living on that, right? And your money increases, why not just be patient enough? Save up for about 6 months, maybe a year. Just be patient, or be patient for a few years, not even a few months. Be patient for a few years and build your money to a great place. That way, when you want to take your vacation, it's not going to be under distress, it's not going to be under duress. All right, it's going to be out of the abundance that you have saved up. It's going to be out of the abundance of your investments you've made. When people look at you, they might say, this guy's salary is like this, why is he living on this little level? Sometimes you can have a situation where temptations, exactly. Temptations are the reasons why we get to do some of these things sometimes. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes some people are just trying to live up to status. They are trying to, I'm a big boy now, so let me move to this part of town. And for those of us staying in Lagos, maybe the person was on the mainland, living somewhere in probably, let's say, I wouldn't say Yaba, because Yaba is like a middle class level, it's an okay place. Maybe the person was staying in Ikondo or something. For those of us in Lagos, those types of areas. And then, the person starts making a lot of money, and then all of a sudden the person wants to move to Lekki, the person wants to move to the Banana Island, and all of that. Resist that temptation. I know you have the money to do it, but take some time out to invest and really build your monies before you start making those moves. So these are a few tips, a few ideas on how to get to the place of financial freedom. Listen, I feel like one of the major reasons why most of us are in financial distress or in financial situations is not so much about whether we are making more money or not making more money. I feel like it's just our ability to control ourselves. If we can control ourselves, we can control our monies. That's just the truth. If you have self-discipline, like somebody says temptation, a junior in Telema says temptation, temptation, control yourself. I know what I'm saying, because even for me, it can be a challenge, okay? But hey, you spend less and you earn more, and that is the trick. That is the way. So like I keep saying, what's the purpose of earning more money? What's the purpose of earning more money? What's the purpose of earning more money? It's so that you can be financially free. And one of the ways to be financially free is when you start earning more money, you spend less. You might get in trouble with your friends. You might get in trouble with your relatives. They might say, you've got to that promotion now, so why not come and take care of this? Why not come and take care of that? You've gotten that money now. Why are you still living in this place and all of that? Don't listen to those words. Do your very best to stay disciplined and to build up your monies. I believe it's possible. I believe we can all achieve those types of things. Exactly. They will start living large. Self-control is exactly. So that's another tip, okay? When you start earning more money, spend less. Resist the temptation to start spending more and start doing things that you are not supposed to do. Okay? Somebody said it's easier said than done. So the next tip that I'm going to be giving for today on achieving financial freedom is to be able to have realistic financial goals, all right, for your financial freedom. Okay, we're talking about financial freedom now. I believe that it's a topic that we have to drill into our minds, because most of us don't have it in our minds to aim for financial freedom. We simply aim to make more money. Yes, even if you've put your structures in place to achieve financial freedom, you still want to make more money. It's understandable, but you should be invested in financial freedom, in trying to achieve that. And the second tip I'm going to give is to be able to plan realistically. A lot of us just have a hope for financial freedom. We just have a hope that things are going to get better. That's a big challenge. That's a big challenge for a lot of people. This hope that things are going to get better. This hope that things are going to change. You're having this hope and you don't have a plan. Like if I asked you, what's your plan to make this your hope of things getting better actually come to pass? You probably will not tell me anything that makes any sense. You're just simply hoping in the air. You need to have, realistic financial strategies and goals. It has to be realistic. Yes, earn more, but plan as you are earning. All right, structure it as you are earning for financial freedom. Financial freedom is the dream. It's the hope. It's what everybody is striving for. They might not know that that's what they're striving for, but that's what they're striving for. But now you know. Now you get it. So you need to plan realistically. Now, what do I mean by planning realistically? Let me give you a scenario. Let me give you an idea of what I mean when I say plan realistically, right? Let's imagine that you make $1,000 every month, or okay, let me rephrase that. Let's imagine that you make 100,000 naira every single month. right? Or 1,000, well, they're not equivalent, but okay, let's just say 100,000 naira every single month. All right, imagine that, right? Now, the aim is what? Financial freedom. All right, so planning realistically would mean that in 12 months, the person will have 1.2 million naira, right? And exactly, planning is a crucial point. Exactly. So we're talking about planning realistically. So a crucial point, right? So you have 100,000 naira every single month. That means in 12 months you will have 1.2 million, right? 1.2 million. Let's imagine that that person works in that particular company for 40 years. That's going to lead to 48 million naira. Wow. Okay. Now, that means that the person would need to achieve 48 million naira to be financially free. I don't know if you get my point. Let me repeat it so that you get the point, right? Imagine a situation where somebody is making 100,000 naira a month, right? And the person is living on 100,000 naira a month. It makes sense, right? And the person is okay. 100,000 naira a month is okay for the person. The person can live on that. So that person, imagine that that person should be able to have this 100,000 naira a month, right? For 40 years. So now, in a situation where the person has that amount of money for 40 years, that means if the person has 48 million naira, the person doesn't have to work again for the 100,000 naira a month. All right? So we're talking about planning realistically. So the person is sitting and thinking that with my 100,000 naira a month, how can I be financially free? That's the planning realistically. Do you understand what I'm saying? With this my 100,000 naira a month, how can I be financially free? This is the calculation. 100,000 naira a month is okay for me. I plan, I do stuff. So maybe by God's grace, I live for 40 years. That means I need 48 million naira to be financially free. So what can the person start doing? The person can begin from that 100,000 naira a month, can begin to plan on how they can get 48 million naira. I know you're looking at me like, how realistic is it? How can someone leap from 100,000 naira to 48 million naira? It might not happen in a day. It might not happen in a flash. But the person is working somewhere, probably entry level. The person is most likely going to be promoted at some point in time. And his earnings is probably going to increase from that 100,000 naira. Yes? He's not going to be on that level forever. Right? So he begins to what? Earn more. So now that he's earning more, he should spend less. Now I've gone back to the previous point. He's earning more, he should spend less because his aim is actually 48 million naira. Not the 200,000 naira they've increased his salary to. Not the 500,000 naira they've increased his salary to. So if you have this type of mindset and you're pushing for more money, you have your target of how much money you want to achieve so that you can be financially free. Do you get it? So as time keeps going on, you keep making more money. You keep getting into more situations to make more money. Maybe you get into investments, you buy a land, you sell the land, you make more money, you do this, you do that. Over maybe 6 to 7 years or over 10 years thereabout, or maybe over 15 years, you might actually achieve that 48 million naira. That's the truth. That's the truth, right? But if you don't have that plan, that's what I'm saying. If you don't have that plan in your mind, if you don't have that plan in your head, then you're not gonna strategize and calculate yourself further or forward. Are you understanding the point about planning realistically? So it's always good to have this end point, this end game in your mind about the amount of money that you will have today that will make you okay. What that means is the amount of money you will have today that will make you financially free. You should know the figure. You should know the figure. You should plan the figure. You should calculate the figure. Do you understand what I'm saying? You should have all these things together ready. Because as you go on in life, opportunities are going to come for you to make more money. When you do make that more money, if you don't have this type of vision, financial vision in your mind, you're going to spend the money, you're going to waste the money. There are people who have gotten into a lot of money. They have seen 30 million, they have seen 40 million, they have seen 100 million, and they are still in a place of financial distress because they did not either plan appropriately or have some type of structure in place. So this is what I'm saying, right? I've given you 2 tips today, 2 ideas today to further motivate you to be able to begin to construct yourself for financial freedom. Do you understand? Because a lot of the time, nobody talks to us about financial freedom. That's just the truth. They've talked to us about making more money. They've talked to us about earning more. But they haven't talked to us about the real game plan, which is financial freedom. So that's what I'm talking to you today. That's what I'm sharing with you today. All right? To give you that idea, to put it in your head that financial freedom is the aim, and these are how you get it. Yeah? Junior Itelema says, with no plan, then the money will not remain no matter how much. Exactly. There must be a plan in your mind. There must be something you see. Without a vision for something, you don't know where you are going. That's a good one. Now, I just thought about something really interesting. Most of us are in financial distress, we're in bad financial situations because we don't have a vision for our money. Imagine what I talked about, planning and having realistic plans, right? This individual has it in mind that exactly. He has it in mind that 48 million is what he needs to be financially free, and he pushes for that. Let me ask a question. Okay, if this idea was what some people had in mind, when they are like I don't want to say this. I'm being careful about saying this. I'm being careful about saying this. But the idea is this. If you have a vision for money, your vision should be, how much do I need to have to be financially free? Some people are also thinking it's still the same thing, because you might be thinking, you want to take care of your children, you want to take care of your family and all of that. Well, it's still a similar thing, because that example I gave about the 100,000 naira is just an example. For some people it's 200,000 naira they need monthly. For some people it's about 1 million naira they need monthly. You do the calculation, you do the planning. You know what I'm saying? But you get the idea, you get the basic idea. And have a vision for your money. Somebody might ask you, how much will they give you right now for you to be okay? If you cannot answer that question, then there's an issue. So start today to begin to plan, to think realistically. How much? If somebody gives me this amount of money, will I be okay? How much money will that be? And the okay I mean is, will you be financially free? Alright, we're coming to the end of this particular broadcast. It's been an interesting one. I've been happy to have you guys here. Kudos and shout out to Nike, shout out to Seth Lifelong, shout out to Junior Itelema, shout out to Vivian Mordy, shout out to everybody who tuned in for the broadcast today. It's been nice having you. We'll continue these broadcasts moving forward. It's going to be more interesting. It's going to be more content, more stuff going on. And it is my belief that as you hear these words, it'll inspire you, it'll motivate you, it'll strengthen you. I know some of you watching this right now might be thinking, man, is it really possible for me to be financially free? Is it really possible with the state of the country, the state of things that's going on, blah blah blah? Listen, it is very possible. You don't want to stumble onto a lot of money and not know what to do with it. I know you're thinking, how can I stumble onto a lot of money? It's possible. Most of the people that have seen a lot of money probably didn't know that they were going to see a lot of money, and they saw it, and some of them didn't know what to do with it, and they went back to a bad situation. So thank you so much for watching this particular broadcast. At this point in time, I just want to talk a little about ReadyBuzz International. ReadyBuzz International is a digital products company, and they're into digital marketing, web design, and professional writing. So what does that mean? Okay, if you need any kind of lead generation campaign, ReadyBuzz International knows how to create very interesting lead generation campaigns and various other digital marketing services for your brand, even as an individual or as an organization. And of course, professional writing. Professional writing, if you need to write your proposals, you need to write your presentations, you need to write your reports and all of that, ReadyBuzz International has amazing writers that can get that done for you. So don't forget to visit the website and yeah, Nikki, I'm kind of reading your mind, I guess. So don't forget to check out ReadyBuzz International, www.readybuzzchallenge.com, to find out the different what is this emoji? Self lifelong Junior, tell me this emoji is a strange one. I've never seen this one before. Okay, dab. That emoji is the dab. It's strange. So that's all we have for this particular broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we'll be back here for the final tips on how to be financially free. Don't miss it. 5 p.m. we'll be back here again, and we'll be talking about the next 2 points. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, remember, your dream is possible. Okay, good day everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast. First of all, I just want to apologize for all the technical difficulties we've been having for today's broadcast. I don't know what's going on with the network, but I'm glad that we're still here and I'm still able to do the broadcast as best as I can. Okay, so today we're still talking about financial freedom. We're still talking about how important it is. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the 2 other tips that I'm going to be giving for financial freedom, for if you want to achieve financial freedom, and it'll be interesting for you to stay tuned to hear those tips. Also, in this particular broadcast, we're going to be talking about the number of the day and the quote of the day. So listen through till the end, because I'm going to be dropping hints and ideas on what the number of the day will be. Okay, so we're talking about financial freedom. I've given you a few tips in times past, but today I'm giving you 2 other tips on how to achieve financial freedom. And the first tip I'm giving for today is that you have to be patient. Remember, in the previous broadcast, I talked about the fact that it might take you need to be able to calculate the amount of money you can have in order for you to be financially free. So we give an estimate amount of money of $480,000. Okay, let's just imagine $480,000 is what you need to be financially free. And we all know that a lot of people are not going to make that $480,000 in a day. We all know that they're not going to make it in a week or in 3 months. For most people, depending on the kind of job they're doing, depending on the kind of work they're doing, it might take them a long time to accumulate that kind of money, and it requires patience. Except, of course, they want to do something funny. Like lots of people are running kitty, running kata, trying to get this money as fast as they can. Okay, but anytime you are impatient with money, it leads you to do things that you are not supposed to do. Okay, not things that you're not supposed to get into. So if what you're looking at is a more systematic way to achieve this financial freedom, a way that when you achieve the financial freedom, you're not going to be laced with anxiety and fear about one thing happening or the other. You have to be patient to be able to put your strategies together, to be able to take it one step at a time. And like I said in the very first video, one of the best things you can do in order to achieve this particular thing in your life is passive income. When you have this passive income and money is still coming in, and you're able to still use the money to do one or two things. Yes, you can actually make this money somehow and have this money somewhere. But it's best if you get into a situation where the money is working for you. And in order for you to have enough passive income that generates a good amount of money for you, you have to be patient. Okay, so just calm down. Okay, it's possible for you to achieve financial freedom. It's possible for you to make that kind of money, but you're gonna have to be patient. If you're not patient, well, you might get into things that you hope you hadn't have gotten into. So yeah, when you are 18 years old, that's the best time for you to start thinking about real serious things. Now I know that an 18-year-old doesn't necessarily think about investment or think about how to create financial situations for themselves, but 18 years old is an excellent stage for you to start building yourself. So I'm just gonna laugh there because I want to give you a hint. So as we go along, we're talking about the fact that you have to start early to build yourself in achieving this financial freedom. I'm looking for a coded way to actually say the number of the day. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it so that so that I make sure that you're listening and you're on board. But if you are smart, you will know that I have said the first part of, what I'm saying, of the numbers. Let's keep going. So one of the best ways to ensure that you build this financial freedom is to be patient. The second way I want to talk about today is for you to not get into any extra debt. Okay, debt is debt, as in debt. It's pronounced debt, but I'm not saying death. Okay, I'm not saying death. I'm saying debt, as in DEBT. It's pronounced debt. Okay, not debt. Okay, so not getting into any new debt. Okay, not getting into any kind of habit or any kind of practice that takes money away from you in a way that is not supposed to. Okay, I know that we talked about earning more and spending less, and you might ask yourself, what's the difference between earning more and spending less and not getting into new debt? Okay, let's take for instance, you want to achieve financial freedom, but you haven't necessarily gotten to a place where you are earning more money. Okay, you want to use the exact amount of money you have right now to begin to build a structure where you become financially free. So in that particular kind of case, minimizing your debt is a good way to go. not getting into any situation that will pull out more money from you, or cause for you to go and borrow, or cause for you to go and get from the lenders or something, and so on and so forth. It's a good situation to be in. You may not be earning more, but you have minimized your debt. So that's the difference between what I said before about earn more and spend less. In that particular one, I said, look, most of us, we start earning a lot of money and then we begin to increase our expenses. But in this one, hey, just try not to get into any more debt. You might not be earning more, but don't take up a new habit that will cause for you to be spending money in ways that you're not supposed to spend. And even if you start making a lot of money, still do not get into those types of situations, and it will really help you out. If not, your life will just go down to zero. Okay, if you don't pay attention to these rules, if you don't pay attention to these ideas, your life will just go down to zero. So if you started at 18 to build your life to a level where you become financially free, then your life can never go down to becoming 0. Okay, so I want you guys to just pay attention to all that we've talked about, and let this be a source of inspiration to cause for you to start thinking about making yourself financially free. And of course, when it comes to the quote of the day is something you already know. I say it in every single video of mine, so you should know what the quote. I'm not going to say that this is the quote of the day, but you should already know, because it's something that I quote every single time I come on board, or if I'm doing a video on live. That's how I always like to sign out. So thank you so much for watching. I apologize again for all the technical issues we had. We're gonna fix all of that, and the next time we're coming on live is on Tuesday. So these live shows are gonna get better. We're gonna have more guests coming in. We're gonna be talking about different topics as well that should help you become financially stable, financially okay, and cause for you to be able to have the kind of dream life that you want to have. And we're going to have people on board. We're going to have guests on board, specialists and people who have achieved success in various areas of their lives. They're going to talk to us and help us achieve the kinds of things they have achieved. So thank you so much for watching. It's been good having you on board. See you next Tuesday by 5 p.m. And until next time, remember, your dream is possible.